This is John at Keystone Music and Repair in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, and this is a bass clarinet that I just modified for a player that can't use their left pinky. So we moved all four of those left pinky keys to the right thumb, and I'll just kind of take you through how these mechanisms work. The most complicated thing was this inline G sharp key. I've done a similar kind of modification on a bass clarinet before, but on that instrument, the G sharp key was mounted on the side, as it is on most soprano clarinets. So it was a little tricky figuring out how to get up here and be able to lift this key without interrupting any of the other mechanisms around it. So ended up with the touch piece here that activates this lower bridge key, and then you have the upper bridge key on the upper joint that it connects to. This is a rocker that then connects to another rocker that loops under this key and touches this arm to lift up the G sharp key. So it's a lot of parts that all move together, but it's surprisingly effective. Then we have the FC key here. So for this I just took this is the original FC lever, and so made a replacement rod and then attached this long arm to it. You can see how this arm loops around the body to the touch piece, and then takes advantage of a pre-existing design. This is how it would have worked from the factory. This piece here lifts up this arm on the back of the FC key and closes that. It's a double key on this instrument, but that's pretty straightforward. The player did want the original keys preserved so that if at some point they wanted the instrument converted back to its original factory mechanism, it would just be a matter of taking off these new mechanisms, swapping out a few posts, and putting the original keys back on, and it would work just as designed from the factory. So that's why these keys are sitting here. These are the original keys that are going to get sent back with the instrument in case they ever want to swap them out again. So last two mechanisms are the F sharp, C sharp, and the EB, and they are mounted coaxially, meaning they're mounted like the trill keys on a flute. There's a steel rod that goes through here, and the touch piece for the F sharp, C sharp, and the arm for it are both pinned to that rod, so the rod rotates, rotating both of those parts, and then the EB mechanism floats on that rod. These are just both mounted on the same tube. And took advantage of these arms. Again, the factory parts, and there are holes that go through these arms that originally would have engaged with the pins on the original pinky levers. So put these barrels through there. They're screwed in place, and that allows the new mechanism to connect to the old mechanism. On this one, I had to add a little extra piece that goes over the EB arm, so that these two barrels could be mounted at the same distance from their fulcrum. So this is just screwed through the original pinhole in place, and then the barrel is screwed into this new piece, so that these two are mounted next to each other. But there's the F sharp, C sharp, and the EB. If I give you a little bit closer look at these mechanisms, you'll be able to see that they have kind of this ramp design. So instead of the arms being straight, they turn up here toward the end. Let's see, can I point to that? There. And so what that does is, as this barrel moves across the arm, when you press it, it's pushing the barrel further up, so you're getting more travel. It's traveling through more of its arc than it would if this arm underneath it were just flat. And so what that accomplishes is that you get this key to open as far as it needs to, but less travel here on the touch piece. So you're not having to move your thumb as far down here, but you're still getting the amount of motion you need down here. Just a, kind of a cute little solution for that problem. But that's how it all works. Like I said, this is the second one of these that I've done, although the last one, the mechanism was pretty different. So this was basically a full redesign. But I'm happy to answer any questions you might have if you want to put them in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks.